Welcome back to Askewed Reviews. And this whole week I'm going to be doing Mother's Day movies. So today I'm doing the 2016 movie Mother's Day. Here is your trivia question for today. What song is Bradley karaoke singing before he falls off the porch? The answer will be at the end of this episode. So in this film, there's a bunch of different people that all live in the same town, and we watch the events leading up to the day of Mother's Day that involves each and every one of them and how they interconnect with each other. So, first we have Sandy. She is a single mother trying to take care of two boys as best she can, while also dealing with the fact that she still has feelings towards her ex husband. Then we have her ex, Henry. Henry, for the most part, is still a good father. He's still in the picture, but recently he has gotten remarried to a much younger woman named Tina, who Sandy feels very threatened by. There's also Bradley, who is trying his very best to raise his two daughters, since unfortunately his wife passed away within the past year. Then there's Jesse and Russell, a married couple that have a son together, and for the most part seem very happy, but there are some secrets that haven't been revealed yet. Jesse's sister, Gabby, is also happily married to her partner, Max, but she too is also keeping a few secrets. Now, some of those big secrets that Jesse and Gabby are keeping are from their own parents. You see, they've decided not to tell their mom and dad that they're both married. Since their upbringing, they believe that their parents would pretty much frown on the choices of both of their marriage partners. All right, so we're almost at the end here. We've also got Zach and Kristen, who recently have had a child together, and Zach, who is a struggling stand up comedian, really wants to get married, while Kristen is terrified of the idea of doing so. And finally, we have Miranda, who runs her own shopping network and might just have a connection to one of the other characters. So, will all of these characters, with their lives intertwining, end up actually having a happy Mother's Day? This movie was directed by Gary Marshall. He also makes a brief cameo appearance as a bartender at the comedy club. This was unfortunately his final film, as he passed away shortly after the film's release. This was, however, Marshall's third holiday film, as he also did Valentine's Day and New Year's Eve. This movie was the fourth time Julia Roberts and Gary Marshall had worked together. This was also the fifth movie that Jennifer Aniston and Jason Sudeikis have done together. Hector Elizondo has appeared in every big screen film that Gary Marshall has directed. This was Jack Whitehall's first Hollywood movie. Penny Marshall, Gary Marshall's sister, narrates the opening monologue for this film. Other cameos that appear in this movie are Jennifer Garner, John Lovitz, and Larry Miller, who also appeared in quite a few of Marshall's films. Robert Pine plays the character of Kate Hudson and Sarah Chalk's father. Now, in real life, he is actually the father of actor Chris Pine. All three of Julia Roberts' children, Hazel, Phineas, and Henry, appear in this film. Hilary Duff was originally going to appear in the film, but due to scheduling had to back out. At one point in the film, Sandy is notified of a pole dancing class at the gym. This is a nod towards the film We're the Millers, where Aniston plays a pole dancing stripper. Another reference is when Henry is falling down with the deflating inflatable slide, and Sandy says, "Justified." This is a reference, of course, to the fact that Timothy Olyphant was in the show Justified. Something else you may not know as a reference is at one point when Mikey comes running out in his lion costume and he's wearing it backwards. This is actually taken from Jack Whitehall's stand up show, Jack Whitehall Gets Around Live at Wembley Stadium. This movie was entirely filmed in Georgia. So when it comes to the film Mother's Day, I really do like a lot of the actors in this movie, and I think they did a pretty good job, but I really didn't like the story. And a couple of my bigger issues are I felt that they really tried to pander to the audience. I don't mind diversity in a movie, I think it's good, but it just felt like they were trying too hard. They had a gay couple, a biracial couple, there was a dwarf, they threw some handicapped people into the background, and it just bothers me when they try so hard. The other issue I have is trying to relate to these people who are so wealthy that they can just throw a party anytime they want. Oh, and they've decided that they're going to summer vacation in Paris. Anyway, sorry about my rant. I'm going to give this movie a 2 out of 5. Now it's time for the trivia question from the beginning of this episode. What song is Bradley karaoke singing before he falls off the porch? So, when Bradley decides to throw an impromptu Mother's Day party with a karaoke machine, his go to song is apparently the Humpty Dance. Now, don't get me wrong, I do like the song The Humpty Dance by Digital Underground, but if you didn't know, it's a song about the main singer's sexual prowess. This is not the right song, in my opinion, that you start to sing in front of a bunch of friends and family, that you try to invite your daughters up to dance and sing with you. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Askewed Reviews, and if there's a movie you'd like to see get a review, just mention it in the comments.